G'day everyone. Got a Philips valve radio here. It's an Australian radio. It's shortwave. It does the normal broadcast band, 16 to 50 meters, 25 to 32 meters, and 16 to 20 meter bands. It also has on the on-off switch different tone controls. It's got wide range, speech, mellow, and deep. I personally have this thing on wide range normally. It's had a partial restoration. I paid $60 for this radio several years ago, about 10 years ago. It came in a box full of nuts, bolts and screws, and the case was all chalky, and as you can see the case has not been polished for a while, and it's getting a bit dirty here and there, but it's actually pretty shiny, so it's in pretty good condition, as is the grill cloth and all that. It's not bad. Give a better close-up of the front. It's a fairly big unit, I would say. Well, I mean, big for a benchtop radio. Turn this radio around very carefully. Kind of tricky to do because they're fragile, and I don't want to thump it around with all the valves in there. But anyway, the problem I've got is that I'm not exactly sure what all the valve type numbers are. This is a 6-valve radio. As a rectifier, which is this one here. That's a 6X5G. This is an unknown type number. They're all 6-volt valves, so maybe pull that out and give it a better close-up. Probably won't tell you anything, you know. It's a valve. I mean, you can't see any of the internal connections because of the silver on the bottom from burning up the last traces of air. It's got a 6N8, which is that one there. It's got another 6N8, which it's an AWA valve. It's a different brand. This is an unknown valve, and hiding in the back is another 6N8. So anyway, this is probably, it does have a type number on the valve, but as you can see when the camera focuses, you can't read it. The type number's smudged from manufacturer. So I'm hoping that someone, either now or in the future, people that maybe even aren't subscribed, maybe they just are looking at radios on YouTube one day, they might look at it and go, oh, that's a model blah blah blah, and you know, maybe if they have one themselves they can tell me what the two type numbers for the valves are. All the valves work. This is a functioning radio. When it has the proper antenna set up out the front for it, you get excellent reception. I can even pick up radio from overseas, but the problem is I don't know what the two valve type numbers are, and if I have to replace them, I'm kind of screwed until I can find that out. So I'm not using this thing very often because don't know what all the type numbers are. I do have another radio which is slightly earlier. The lighting here is probably no good. Yeah, no, it comes up alright. This is actually a Chrysler, slightly earlier. It has less bands on the dial here. Also, this is actually made of glass, not plastic, and the wires in it are actually rubber coated wires. They're not PVC. So this is quite an early radio. I reckon this is probably late 40s, early 50s. This radio actually, I think it's 4 or 5 valves from memory, has all the type numbers stamped on the chassis. The problem is the Philips doesn't. So type numbers for the Chrysler, easy. I think it's got 6N8s and whatever else in it, and it's supposed to have a 6V4 rectifier, but someone's replaced it with 2 diodes. But anyway, if any of you out there know more about valves than me, and just in case you're wondering, yes, I have identified which pins the heaters are on. The heaters are on pins number 5 and 6. The base figure in the book is 32, and it's just the Miniwatt data book that I've actually referenced all the pages to try and find out what the type numbers are. So I can't seem to find it in there, which is weird, but then again I only had a very quick flick through. So anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, I might put up a run video of the 2 radios once I set up the antenna again, because unfortunately I weed-eated through the stupid wire that I had on the earth stake outside. So don't worry, it was a separate earth stake, it wasn't the one for the house, but I'll have to put up another antenna and put up a run video. Anyway,